Well, hello everybody. It's that Mr. Tagalong here. It's a little different. Doing something a little different overall on this. I am actually about ready to start editing together a video specifically about the Alice Chalmers that I have and the just outrageous escapade that this has been to get this thing back up and running. The whole situation comes into play that the gearbox ended up shredding itself, and with that being my only way to mow my lawn, it's a little bit of a problem. It's been done for a little bit now. There's other kinks and quirks I've been working out with the machine and the whole 9 yards, and other things on my end, health wise, and stuff on just the family end. I'm not gonna get too far into it, but I figured I would do this, have a little bit of explanation of part of the reason why I've been gone for a while, along with a little bit of a further explanation towards the end of this of the game plan going forward, especially with the announcement of FS25. And I don't want to necessarily give it away just yet on exactly what's happening with the Starting from Root series, because there's some moving pieces that, unfortunately, because of that announcement, is going to change a couple things. So let me get you guys at least on loop on this, and then once I'm all said and done, I'll kind of cut myself back in towards the end of it, explain kind of what the plan is going forward, and the game plan for actually November 12th. So you guys stick around, I'll fill you guys in then. Yep, she lives. So I was looking through the fucking holes here. I'm trying to get it to focus for you. It's okay, you can see through those. If I get the good angle on it. But, if I can get it to focus. That hole right there's plugged in, you can't see jack shit down the center of that. I think that, carb's a little plugged. Fucking beautiful country out here. God, if it weren't for the fact that eventually I want to move out of fucking Michigan, I'd fucking move out over here by Hastings. A lot of rolling hills, beautiful fucking countryside. It looks so much better than out by where I live now. Well, I successfully picked it up. I don't know if it can be seen in the video at the moment. I really don't know. But picked up the transmission, picked up the gearbox. Now I get to go and take the long, almost 3-hour journey back home, because the highways are getting shut down. Gotta love Friday in Michigan. Not exactly going to plan this afternoon. So, that side's not coming off at all. It wants to slide all the way out, so I had to pop that back panel. That oil looks like almost sludge and has the consistency of it, but that gear's flawless. Same with the one in back. Almost looks like they're brand fucking new. Slow progress. I have to remove that entire back shaft, and I'm gonna have to swap it. Fun times, fun times. Gotta get that oil worked around. I think I got good news. After I have to go get brake clean and fluid and, you know, it's starting to rain. Tell you what. Fucking clusterfuck. Should have done this a long time ago. Well, at least it'll be done and over now. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Runs, drives, operates on its own. I had a dumbass moment, then going to apply brake pedal, making it, you know, a little pissy. Tell you what, good thing to see this baby back up and running. Alright, thank you guys for watching that piece. Now, for the explanation what the game plan is going forward. So, I'm just going to start it with the Starting from Root series. The situation stands with FS25 being officially announced for November 12th. I'm going to actually nix that series. I'm going to take a little bit of time, go through, fix a couple things on the PC end. That way, I know I'm going to have more than enough storage across the board, the whole 9 yards. Where I'm not going to have any problems, and it's going to be able to do everything I needed to do. Because the one thing is, right now, I'm struggling with storage, with dealing with doing video editing and other stuff. I mean, I have a bunch of stuff that's still saved on the computer that has to eventually be gone through. And that's going to be neither here nor there. There's not enough storage in it to begin with. So that's really the first piece. Second piece, with FS25, conversation is me and a couple buddies that I game with pretty regularly normally outside of, you know, the summer months, are talking about getting back in and getting a server going. So the plan is I'm going to speak with them once we get closer to, you know, the date and the whole 9 yards about going through and doing streaming with that. The initial plan is to use YouTube platform for the time being. I'm going to get Twitch working a little bit better than what it is. I've done a couple test streams in the past off of Twitch, but there's a couple things I need to get taken care of on my end before I'm comfortable doing a multi-platform stream, basically. From there, there's conversation that I've had with a couple different people that use Kick and a couple other platforms that exist out there. So I'm figuring that out. I do have a Facebook account set up specifically for the channel that has had very brief stuff posted on it, but nothing like on the regular, and more or less was teaser stuff. So the plan is to eventually also branch out to there once I get everything running a little bit better. I have a little bit better setup now in comparison to what I did, which is making things better, which, I mean, in the case scenario of, you can please see just right behind me, I'm in a chair now. With the situation of my back and everything, it helps a little bit, but not 100%. With what I have going on, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of problems that I have to kind of accommodate myself for. So it kind of inhibits certain pieces and odds and ends. So I have to kind of work with what I got. In reference to the new setup, I am actually set up on an actual desk now, not a mobile desk. And I mean, I have stuff open at the moment because there's certain things that are getting ported in right now from my phone for the project as we speak. But I have a little bit better setup that I can work with a little bit better than what my original setup was. And even though, shoot, it was probably a couple months ago during the entirety of the Helldivers, uploads and the whole 9 yards. I mean, where I'm sitting at right now is where I've been, but it's gotten a little bit better each time. I picked up the desk secondhand from an auction and a bunch of other stuff, and it's worked out great so far. So far, it's been a little bit better for my back, the whole 9 yards. The chair's iffy, but I can make it work for the time being. I still have to alternate per doctor's orders with a lot of the stuff that I have going on with my back. Going forward from there. So the initial plan is, and I just submitted the time actually right before recording this because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget. I submitted for the 12th off of November because I want to do a stream. I want to do a stream on launch day. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if it's going to work out great. I don't know. Haven't done it on launch day. I mean, the handful of streams I've ever done, I mean, I haven't really had a lot of people, but it's whatever. It's more or less for fun for me, for something to do, and to keep me busy when I can't be out doing the stuff that I normally would. Working on stuff like the tractor in this instance, or working on people's vehicles and stuff like that. Or, I'm not at work and just need something to do. I'm a busy man. I gotta keep myself busy. But, kind of moving forward, the plan is November 12th, launch day. I am planning on doing a stream. I am putting the time aside to make sure it can happen. I know my wife's going to be at work that day. Miss Tagalong's going to be doing her thing. I know she'll come home around about, give or take, her normal lunchtime, probably. And I'll probably do a very brief break around that time frame. Visit with her for 30-40 minutes that she has for her lunch break, because, she works right around the corner from the house. I'm not going to make her change her lunch routine, because I'm changing my routine to do something that I enjoy, and she knows that. And kind of moving forward from that, I don't necessarily know yet. I have to see between the PTO time that I have left and the end of the year what the game plan is. I know for a fact that I have a full, it's a week shutdown, if I remember correctly, at the end of the year. We did it last year. They're doing it again this year. So during that shutdown, I'm going to be streaming the entire time, for the most part. Besides little family events and putting groceries in the freaking house, I'm going to be probably streaming. Because I'm going to need something to do the entire time. So the game plan is that entire last month of December, last week of December, I want to be streaming, as long as no chaos comes up. As of right now, hopefully nothing comes up. From that, the other thing is my birthday is also in November, and I'm debating about doing a stream on my birthday and the 2 days following. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to put in time for it yet. I'm debating about it, but I have to make sure on how everything plans out that I have enough time to cover stuff for work. So, that's kind of what our game plan is. That's our path forward at this point that I'm trying to lay out. And trying to get a little bit better at it. Try to get some things taken care of and lined up. That way I can actually start setting and making these goals that I want to make. The other goals that I have outside of this, they are important just as much as I want to do this, because it keeps me busy, gives me something to do, and I kind of enjoy it a little bit. At least the moments where things are functioning the way that they should. So, kind of going forward, this is kind of what we're looking at. I'm going to try to pick up on streaming once 25 launches on launch day. I'm going to be streaming at least guaranteed during the last week of December. as long as nothing happens. As far as I can tell right now, nothing's happening. The wife and I don't ever really go out for New Year's anyways. We both think it's kind of just ridiculous anyways, and we tend to stay home. So I'm going to probably be doing maybe a New Year's stream, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I figured go through, explain a little bit, explain what the game plan is going forward. Because I've been kind of in the dark on some stuff that's going on health-wise for myself. I'm still fighting and trying to figure that out. Like I said, I don't want to get super far into it, besides it is involving the core of my back and genetics and a bunch of other odds and ends that I don't really want to get into on this. Because it's kind of a dark, gloomy conversation. So I figure that can be a conversation down the line. It is a topic that has to be broached at that point. But otherwise, that's about it. I mean, I can't really cut it any other way. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. I'm not going to tell you guys, oh yeah, I'm going to guarantee to do X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 up till, launch day. Launch day, I'm trying to make sure I have the guarantee that I can go and live stream. Because I want to do it. I'm very excited just for the simple fact that they are bringing Rice in. That's a whole conversation. There's a whole backstory behind that at some point might be talked about during that live stream. Because it is the most ridiculous thing ever. It goes back to kind of, the dark COVID days. And my wife thinking that I'm just off the wall. Because she had never seen me like that before. Like I said, might be a conversation for during that stream. Right now, not a conversation for here. So, that's pretty much what I'm looking at this point. It's pretty much what I'm trying to set up. End of the day, it is what it is. We've had fluctuations. I mean, I've had stuff that posted up and there was one that literally got almost 150 views, and then, poof. Bunch of the views went missing, and I'm just like, okay, well, I already know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, first off, and second off, end of the day, I've been a mechanic, I'm a machinist, I grew up with people that literally drove semi-truck for a living, and grew up with military personnel. Yeah, I don't have much of a brain-mouth filter. It's part of the reason why my stuff, when they ask you when you go and post it if it's for kids, I say no. I'm not a role model. I'm not. I'm not going to be a role model for somebody else's kid at that point. That's why I do it. Because you know what? I'm not going to go and behold myself to that. It's part of the reason why Kick's a serious conversation point. Because then I don't really have to have my brain-mouth filter on. I can fully be myself and ignore a lot of YouTube's just the bull crap. Just the bull crap as it is with the filtering and everything else. I don't have to filter myself. I don't have to cut out conversations that are had inside of the frickin' videos. There are some conversations, I'm not even going to lie to you, that during the Helldiver stuff, we were literally rolling. We were almost falling out of our chairs with some of our conversation points we were having. And we couldn't leave that on there because of the simple fact of just YouTube's rules and regulations and everything else. So, what do you do? Look for alternatives. That's pretty much where I'm at. So, I feel like this has gone long enough. Try to explain as much as I can in such a small amount of time. I want to try to keep it under 30 minutes. Overall for this thing. So, end of the day, this is our game plan. I'm at least doing a stream on November 12th, the launch day of Farm Sim 2025, and we will go from there. Gonna be trying to get a little bit better with it and try to have at least a little bit of a schedule where maybe I can stream once a week. That's what my game plan is. Start small, work from there. I'm at a point, I'm getting tired of doing video editing. I'm getting tired of doing all that stuff. So, I'd rather not do it anymore. Get rid of the software, and just go straight to live streaming at that point. Cross that bridge when we get there. Otherwise, that's all I got for right now. When we have some more updates, I'll give some more updates. Once I have certain things set into place, you guys are going to know. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching this. You guys have no idea. Yeah, I do this for fun, but it still at least brings me a smile every once in a while, seeing people that actually enjoy what I'm putting out there. Even though I might be some freaking off-the-wall character that people wouldn't really get along with in a necessary sense. But you know what? It still brings me a little bit of joy. It makes me smile a little bit, because I like making people happy. But otherwise, you folks have a good one. I'll catch you guys when the next video goes up. Bye.